Okay, hello everyone, I'm Matthew, in for another forensics video today, and in today's forensics video, I'll be talking about mail forensics in Android. So this will be your definitive guide to finding and analyzing mail data in Android. Now to this end, we're going to be talking about what apps are used to collect mail data, where we can find this data put by the apps, and how to analyze this mail data when we do find it. Now, mail data is data from apps, such mail apps as Google's Gmail, and Proton Mail, maybe Microsoft Outlook for good measure, and a few other apps, but those three are the main three that I can think of that are going to be the ones that are most likely stored on a device. Now, mail data is often stored in databases that are based in the folder where the app data lives. So just like in previous videos when we've discussed other things like location data and other things, we'll find this data inside a database where lives data from other data from the app, I mean. And this data is often timestamps for receiving and sending, the email addresses of the sender and receiver, as well as other messages, and sometimes the whole entire message, just depending on how cool the app is, I guess. Now, mail is stored in binary large object file format, so this can most likely be parsed to find a whole bunch of data about it that is separate from the fields that are in the database that we already see, like time and date that it was created and sent, and even the sender and receiver. And you'll be able to see this email with, or you can see most of this email with the hex in the database viewer that you choose, and this database is going to have unreadable entries that are read with blob, and you can see this with some sort of parsing. So this is what you're going to see. This is what you might see. So first off, we're going to go to the data com.google.android.gm /databases/bigtopdata.db. So we're com.google.android. com.google.android.gm. Okay, so I always scroll down to com.google.android.apps, but it's really com.android.google.gm. I always stop at apps and think it's there, but it isn't. And then databases, and then let's see, big top data db dot whatever number this is. but it's really a database. Yeah, it's really a database, and we'll see it in our viewer. We'll see all of this right here. So we see ads, filters, items. So, and when we go into items, you can see the email titles when we click on, or all of the stuff in the email with blob. So we see here that Raphael is someone who this email is to. And we can see also that this is an email from Google asking him to take next steps about setting up the email. Yeah, so it's one of those no reply emails that you get after opening up a Windows device. Now, if we go on to another one, we can see that this is an email from twitter.com, basically giving him an update about what stuff is going on Twitter and giving him links to open Twitter to find out or to see what the new stuff on Twitter is. And yet another one, yeah, more Bitcoin tweets. Twitter. And then this new one is to our Raphael guy in Champlain College. And this is a guest account. This, or so it seems, to our Champlain College education services or whatnot. Yeah, and then more stuff, but I think you guys can look through all of these things later and see what interesting emails that you find in here. And we'll move on to some of the next things. Yeah, so again, this was under the items table. And I'm sure that you can see lots of you can see lots of other things in other tables, such as item sync state, and settings maybe. You'll have to see how to parse this type of thing out and see what you can actually find what this actually means, if anything. Maybe also system properties. What is this blob? Whatever that is. Yeah, but as you can see, there's lots of stuff that you can find. And so what about attachments? So attachments are able to be found at this right here, which is the databases slash metadata.db. So I'll check that out for us right now. Metadata. And so actually you can see by the file names right here, there's a lot of stuff about the email providers. So there's a whole email provider database as well as our metadata database, which we're going to look at right now. Metadata. discard, and then attachments metadata. So then you can see here under the attachments metadata part that we are going to have links to the paths of the files where Gmail downloaded them to, so that the system can find them and display them. And then so there's these times listed in their Android Unix formats, as well as how long they've been retained for, and if any of these are on external storage, you can see that there as well. Now, the attachment metadata table, yeah, so it's in Unix epoch format, and so if you find a converter and put a number like this one right here into it, you'll get that date out. But I think that one is in my Pacific time, which is -7 or -8 from UTC, and you'd have to take out UTC. You'd most likely take out a UTC timestamp, which is the industry standard in forensics for taking timestamps. Now, when we go to our trusty ALEAPP app, it'll be really cool because we can see a lot more things about the email, and even in some cases, like this one right here, like in this screenshot right here, we're able to see the whole entire Google email from the Gmail team telling a Raphael character to to do more with his account, and I'll check that one out for you right now. So to ALEAPP, Google Maps, Gmail. So yeah, ALEAPP will show us the Gmail active account, which in this case is RaphaelShale24@gmail.com. And in some cases, it'll show the full emails, like all of these Google ones. Let me just go down really quick. Oh yeah, so the one from Champlain was the Champlain Guest Network at Champlain College. And yeah, again, we have more emails right here. We have email from Twitter. And yeah, as you can see, you can have a lot of emails, and you can even have label details on emails. Which can be a sort of thing for you to research into. Yeah, but yeah, there's that about it. So you can see there's quite a bit of information that we can gather about emails. And yeah, Autopsy can do the same thing for you as well with emails, as well as other things. And so now I can call it a day with that. And so I think the best thing for you guys to do after this video to apply some of this is go through all of this stuff yourself and find the most interesting pieces of data. Find the most interesting pieces of data inside the Gmail emails and note those down for yourself as well. I'm going to go back here to my files. I want you to see what's in all these databases in the email folder and see what other interesting information stuff you can find. And so with that out of the way, I think it's a good time to leave you guys and say thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys learned something interesting about Android forensics today. And see you again in the next episode. And if you want to see more about Android forensics, check out everything in the cards to follow. Thank you.